find ourselves at the home of the world's first retractable natural grass field as you get a look inside State Farm Stadium in Glendale. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Arizona Cardinals. Get strapped in. It's just about time to get the party started. And this one is underway here on EA Sports. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. Murray getting this out wide to Hopkins. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
1 for 1, a lot more to go. Working with his 2nd and 4. Now the NFL's leader in rushing touchdowns last year, it's James Conner. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Conner. The pickup there, 5 yards. These Chiefs to start 2022, well, they were handed a very tough task by the schedule makers, not just in going on the road to face a Cardinal team that was 11-6 last year, but they're going to be the first team in NFL history to start a season with 8 consecutive games against teams that finished above 500 from the previous year. After today, Chargers, Colts, Bucks, Raiders, Bills, 49ers, Titans, and that doesn't even count that they play last year's Super Bowl teams, the Rams and Bengals, in the second half of the year. To throw again on second down. Murray caught by the tight end Ertz. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now we've got a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Murray going to try to throw on 3rd down. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. We got to like what you're seeing from this offense here on the first drive. A nice, sustained series to begin the game. It will continue after picking up another first there.
Would you say the word methodical comes to mind? I love the execution. I love what they're doing on this drive. They're controlling the ball, controlling the game, controlling the clock.
On 2nd and 12, Murray. And he slings one that's incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. From the gun, Murray. It's complete to Hopkins. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. Murray sets to throw on 4th. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Cardinals unable to convert there on 4th down. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. Out
is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Takes it at the 7. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. To throw is Murray. Open man is Anderson. He's going to have the first down and then some. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Play action. Now it's Murray. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
It's nothing like pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left, contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
Meanwhile, Murray's throw here complete into the hands of Ertz.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. On 1st and 10 is counter. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Murray's throw pulled in by Hopkins. And the Cardinals are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal.
Play fake. Murray. This is caught. All that for a 2-yard gain. 2nd down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. It's a
fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
So call that no gain on the sneak, and now they're still a yard short here on 4th. They're going for it. It's Murray. And he's got it. And he is not going to be able to get away as they swarm him for a loss shy of the goal line. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone. It's going to be going back to the Chiefs. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen.
He's got a man, complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. That's a tough combination to defend. You know Patrick Mahomes has the big arm, and he's got the elusiveness and the speed. So even though you force him from the pocket, he's still dangerous.
Bad idea, in my opinion, to force him from the pocket. Do everything possible to hem him in and make him make the throws from right there in the center of it. And look, we know he's got the big arm. You just noted that. But when he gets outside, it puts so much stress on your defense trying to locate where receivers are, make sure you're covering them, and he can throw the ball the length of the field. So you just tell a receiver, just keep going. He'll find it, and he did there.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Meanwhile, Murray's throw is caught here by Anderson. Touchdown, Cardinals. Robbie Anderson, 67 yards. And the Cardinals are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Kadarius Toney going to elect to bring this one out. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Charles, this offense, they've been on a roll. 2 drives ago they scored. Remember, last drive was that one play touchdown strike. So now they're looking. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Well, just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning a perfect game in baseball? Or are we cool to do it here in football, partner?
No, I think you can do it here in football. I think perfect game in baseball, that's its own category.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Could not imagine a worse start for that secondary. Or let's face it, a better one for this offense. No chance they stop passing now the way that it's going. I think they'll continue to press the ball downfield and hopefully reap the same results.
Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses them about 4 yards. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Now a throw here to his running back. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Quick, 2.
Looking to throw again on second down. Murray.
And this, incomplete. He tried to check it down to his running back and nearly had the ball picked.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Again, they'll throw with Murray. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. A 3-yard gain and enough for the first down.
Well, they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
And he's got it complete to Anderson.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. They'll fake it to Connor. Now Murray.
Going deep for Hopkins. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
To throw, it's Murray. He'll get that one complete to Connor. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 18. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
So from inside the 20, here's first and 10 at the 18.
Zach Ertz, the man in motion. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. There he goes, right side. The 40. The 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, the way things have been going to this one, Charles, it was only a matter of time before this defense got involved and made a big play. And they do right there. Gosh, this lead is so large, CD, and we're only in the first half.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing that's so amazing about it. You mentioned this large lead. How's this their first takeaway of the game? And what a spectacular run it was. Adding to the lead, showing the true dominance, and you're exactly right. We're still in the first half.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. That's caught at the 25. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Murray now on first down.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Jalen Mills.
And the Chiefs are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. Boy, we've seen a lot of mistakes here in this first half, and another there on the interception.
Yeah, they're certainly starting to pile up, aren't they? Because, let's face it, we expect a miscue here and there, but they're already down 3 scores and still giving the ball away.
This is caught at the 20.
And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down at the 20.
A big play there just before halftime. 59 yards. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on first and 10. And it's caught. Touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Chiefs are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And the route is on here in this first half.
4 seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. Takes it at the 7. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Here's Tony to return it as he brings it out of the end zone. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. He's at the 40. Past the 20. He will score. Touchdown, Chiefs.
Well, he made the right choice by result, but a little bit surprising because now with touchbacks coming back to the 25 instead of the 20, when guys fielded that deep in the end zone, I think most coaches want them to take a knee.
Yeah, it's resulted in more kneel downs. Not right there. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. The 40. 20. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Arizona. Now, people still trying to get back to their seats from the concession stand here at the start of the third quarter, and boom, we got points on the board.
And you just identified why the bulk of stadiums have increased presence in the concession areas, right? TVs, loudspeakers, so people can still follow the game. And right now, they're bummed out that they missed that big return to start this half.
Extra point good by Prater, and that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. Here's Tony to return it as he brings it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
Being chased out left. The ball comes out, and this is going to kick out of bounds. Boy, a fortunate bounce or two there. They'll keep possession back inside the 10-yard line. The fumble on first down now. Here's second down. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And a big loss here as he's taken down. It's Zaven Collins who got in there to get the sack. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Got an open man, it's Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
I got to think at this point, third quarter, if you're able to hold on to the ball, get 3 at the end, that's all you're looking for.
I would agree with that because right now, this is a job well done by them. In fact, it's almost time for handshakes, a little dap on the sidelines, maybe even start to discuss post-game plans. And for the guys who haven't played yet, go ahead and get loose. Your time is now.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the 3rd time. Picked up by Joejuan Williams. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. Screen pass to Connor. And he's got room. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Now Murray off play action. And he lost the football, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Second time he's fumbled in this game. Fortunate for him, this one goes out of bounds.
And the key for him now is how much equity have you built up with your coaching staff? How much equity have you built up with your team to continue to get opportunities? Fortunate that one went out of bounds, saved him from a turnover.
And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 34-yard line. Murray now on 1st down. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Murray. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Murray to air it out again. He'll find more on the comeback route. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Murray to Moore, 1st down, Arizona. Well, still in the 3rd quarter here. Now, you look at the scoreboard, that deficit probably a little too much to overcome, but completions like that may be something to build on for future weeks.
Yeah, it's all about ending things on a strong note here, isn't it? Because my mindset is it's a new ball game from here to the end. Make sure it's a good one and close it out. So many offense want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
They fake the handoff. Now Murray. This ball complete into the hands of Anderson across the middle. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This time it's 3rd and 3. On 3rd down, it's Connor. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Now Murray's got to have this one.
On the slant, complete to Hopkins.
Touchdown, Cardinals. DeAndre Hopkins, a 15-yard touchdown grab.
And the Cardinals get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit.
The Cardinal offense not going anywhere. They'll stay out and go for two. It appears they're going to throw for it with Murray. And he will get into the end zone as the deficit moves from really bad to slightly less than really bad. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Chiefs are going to make the recovery. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Throwing again on second down. Mahomes. Open on the left side. This is Valdez-Scantling.
He'll get it inside the 20.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
A dump down to McKinnon. And here he'll get it down to the 7. So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be second in a couple.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Jalen Thompson picks it.
And the Cards are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started.
And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping they're holding a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap 1.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Here's Tony to return it as he brings it out of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, we've reached the stage where it's a mere formality at this point. They've got the comfortable lead. We know what the outcome is going to be. I guess the only question is, do they want to put more points on the board before the final gun?
Well, I certainly hope not. And I'm being selfish here because you and I have flights to catch. Let's go ahead and finish this one off, guys. You've taken care of business. Let's close it out. And you and I, let's get to the airport.
From the 25 on second down, Mahomes. Open man right side is Tony. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And this is caught inside the 5. They, of course, will decline the penalty and just take the yardage on the completion.
And this defense, they've got to be beyond frustrated at this point because even when they're grabbing and holding out there, they're still completing passes. If you grab someone, they shouldn't.
And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Well, CD, I mean, simply put, if anyone around the league wasn't paying attention to them to start the season, they will be heading into Week 2. This has been an impressive Week 1 performance.
They've certainly announced that they are ready to go, haven't they? They wanted to send a message out to the rest of the league. You better put your eyes on us. We may be someone you have to reckon with.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. On play action, it's Murray. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Hey. That's one.
Now Murray. And now here is another interception. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
Zaven Collins there to make the play defensively.
Yellow.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, 15.
Mahomes going to throw it here. Out to his left. Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelsey. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here. Some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the fourth.
They certainly are, and let me tell you something. If you're old school, you don't like this at all, but in today's football, you just go ahead and savor it. Watch a team execute at a high level. Doesn't matter what the scoreboard says.
And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. And again, it's Mahomes. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jackson. And that will write a finish to this ball game. The CD always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year,